Hi everyone. So good morning, and we are back to our session. This is going to be our lecture number 7 on Python. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the session. As I said, every morning I get started with the programming thought, right? In this session, I'm just going to talk about what are the other things that you can do with the string, right? What kind of operation that you can perform with the string, right? So we have discussed about one of the very important concept called slicing, right? Slicing was an idea, right? If you want to grab one individual character, from the string, right? So you can do slicing, and when you want to do slicing, you have to use the concept of index, and the bracket that we are going to use is the square bracket. Okay, so whenever in programming, in Python programming in particular, whenever you see a kind of s and the big bracket or a square bracket, that is another kind of Python expression. Okay, understood? So what does that square bracket is going to do? It will tell you at that position or at that index the character is going to be there. Okay, and you can also use negative indexing, right? Another kind of operation that I told you was, how do we find the length of the string, right? So let suppose you have got a string, and if you want to find the length of the string, what is the meaning of length of the string? Length of the string meaning is how many characters are there in the string, right? So let us move to our favorite board, and this is lecture number 7. Okay. Today we will talk about slicing again, slicing the string. Okay. How do we get substring, or you can say, if we suppose there is a string, right, and you don't want to grab a string, like in a continuous manner, you want to skip some character. So how to skip some character in the string? Suppose there is a ABC, and you want to grab, suppose there is a ABCDE like that. Okay, as a string, some characters are there. Okay, so if you want to grab the characters and you have to skip also some characters, then you have to go for sub, that is the meaning of substring, right? So you have to use the concept of step over there. I will tell you the simple syntax. Okay, simple syntax for this operation. Okay, so let us start here. So I believe everybody knows that length is nothing but a function, okay, used to retrieve the length of the string in parentheses. So simple, len, okay, and there is a parenthesis, okay. So this kind of command is going to talk about what? It will tell you the string length. Suppose you have got s is given, this is a variable name, and ABC, this is nothing but a string, right? So this is the object, and this object has been given a name, this s, okay, and s is the variable. So this is the simple format we know. Left side variable in computer science, and right side is going to be the object, or you can say the kind of operation, expression, right? And if you want to find the length of this, so you have to write len and s. Okay, so this is going to give you, this will evaluate what? This evaluates to 3. Okay, so this is going to evaluate to 3. Okay, you have to use parentheses, so then you can write characters. Okay, uh, is a new, you can say, new variable name, and command is lens. Okay, so this will help you to find out the length of the string. Okay, so these are the string operation we are talking about. String operation. Okay, so how do we find out the in the string how many characters are there? You can use this command. Okay, that is very simple to understand. So this is the expression. Okay, this is the expression in Python. Okay, it is going to evaluate uh, this expression, a Python expression that evaluates to 3. Okay, so please do remember these things, right? Okay, so string operation में क्या रहेगा? Length of the string they might ask, so you should know that, and it is going to give you some value, right? Okay, expression always gives you some value, because Python always evaluates things. Okay, And I told you about slicing as well, right? So needless to again, I can repeat it, okay? Slicing to get one character. So if you want to get one character, second operation is slicing. Slicing to get one character, okay? One character in the string. So if you want to grab one character, suppose you have got a string, right? A, B, C. Okay, so remember this is not the equal to sign. This variable is bound to this object ABC. And if you want to get the string, right? I mean the one character, or if you want to grab one character, so what you can do here is let's say this is the string, right? In future we will call it list as well. This is A, this is B, this is C, right? So what you can do here is you can say that this is 0. So in computer science basically things start from 0 only, right? In modern programming language also you can say, so this is 0 1 2, right? You can say this is going to be your index. So if someone is going to ask you what is S0, so this is a Python expression, okay, inside the okay, this is gonna be the Python expression. Okay, S0 is gonna be what? So this will evaluate to this will evaluates to A, and this is again another string, right? S1, so it is gonna give you another string B, single character we are getting, right? What is the at this index? So you can say we are going to get C. But someone is going to ask you what is S3. So it is out of index. Out of index. So answer is going to be error. There will be error. It is very common error. Okay. You can also go for negative index. So if you want to go for negative index, so you have to start from, from the right, and then you have to move to the left. Okay. But if you want to use, positive indexing as well as 0, so you have to go from left to R. But if you want to get use negative indexing, so you have to go like this, R to L, right? -1, -2, -3, right? This is the negative indexing. So if someone is going to ask you what is the character at this index -1, so this will evaluate to C. Okay, don't say A. Okay, so this is how we compute and we use always square bracket. That is very important to remember. Okay, so this is another Python expression. Please do remember that. Okay, so index आपको हमेशा देखना है कि indexing always starts from 0 in modern programming language. Okay, so I think this is clear, and remember there are few things that you can't do with the string. You can't multiply, okay, two strings. You can multiply two objects as an integer if two objects are integers, okay, but you can't multiply two strings. You can add two strings. You can multiply a string with a integer, another data type, yeah, so that will give you kind of duplicate strings, okay. That is going to duplicate the characters, okay. That will duplicate your this string, right? So I think this is clear for all, right? How do we find out one character in the string? How do we grab one character in the string, right? So if you want to so instead of getting single character, right, what we can ask Python to get us is a substring starting from one index and going up to some other index, right? So now we will talk about third is, instead of finding one character, right, what we can do is we can ask Python to do what? Please slice, or you can say slicing. Okay, slicing the string or slicing to get substring. So आपके पास जो string रहेगा ना, so instead of getting one character, slice one character, आप क्या कर सकते हो? You can slice the string to get substring, right? Substring means there will be more than one character, okay, not a single character, okay. So what we will do here is we will start from we will start from some index, and then we will go to other index, okay, starting from some index to okay, and going up to some other index, okay. So we can also skip some characters. Okay, that is very important to remember. So we have to skip some character also. So you can take every you can say character along the way. Okay, and you can skip every other character or some other pattern, right? Okay, so what will be the syntax for this kind of if you want to get substring? So we can slice string using this kind of syntax. Slice using, okay, slice string using the syntax of this kind. You have to start, so there will be a square bracket only, so you have to start with this, some index. Okay, you have to start with some index, then you have to stop here. Okay, because starting and going up to some other index and then stop. And you can also skip the characters, right? So you can use the concept of step. Step means you have to move step by step. Suppose you are moving in one step, so you will go one step. Okay, if you want to go two step, right, in two step, right? So first you are starting here, then you will jump directly to, plus 2, right? Okay, then again plus 2, right? So there will be a in step of 2, right? So starting index, and you have to go up to some other index, and then you can also potentially skip the characters. ठीक है, तो ये हमारा सिंपल सा it will be simple, you can say syntax. So get character at start. तो आपका क्या रहेगा यहाँ पर? You have to get characters at start, right? You have to get character at start, up to and okay, and including stop 1, including stop 1. Okay, and taking every step characters, and taking every step character. ठीक है, what is the meaning of that? Okay, so this syntax is very similar to slicing, only to get some character. Okay, but slightly different way. Okay, slightly different way, you can say, understand? So it is very similar in that we have a square bracket involved, right? So that is why we call it, yeah, it is very similar, right? So you have to understand, and we are using some kind of colon, right? You can see here, slightly different, because we have to give 3 numbers within those square bracket. Okay, so जब भी आपको सब स्ट्रिंग फाइंड करना है तो एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट होने वाला है. Okay, remember this kind of Python expression, right? So substring जब भी आपको from the string, when you want to get substring, there will be 3 numbers, right? एक नंबर आपका start रहेगा, then there will be a colon, right? Then this is stop and this is step. How many numbers are there? 3 numbers. Okay, so these are the difference. Instead of grabbing one character, आप अगर 3 characters, not 3 characters, सब string अगर आप grab करना चाहते हैं, then आपको 3 numbers use करना है inside the bracket. Okay, there are 3 numbers. Okay, along with a colon, right? Sometimes you might have seen I also said semicolon, but it is a colon, right? Because in C programming, most of the time we use semicolon to terminate the line of code, right? So I believe this is fine for all, right? So we have to use this bracket, okay, and these numbers are separated by colons, right? The first number will represent what is the starting index, you can say, and where do you want to start your substring from? That is very important to remember. Okay, so where do you start? That is a question. Where do you want to start your substring, right? जहां से आपको चालू करना है, that will be the index that you have to put. Okay, And the second is where what is the stop index. Okay, like, so we are going to take every character from the start. Okay, index going all the way up to but not including the stop, remember. Okay, ये बहुत important point है क्या. Okay, this is the style. Okay, please remember that. Okay, what is that style? So we are going to take every character. The strategy क्या रहेगी? We are going to take every character. Okay, see, whenever you will give this kind of comma, you can say expression, when Python is gonna see this kind of expression, so what Python is going to do is it is going to take every character. Okay, it is going to take every character from the start. Okay, from that start. Okay, and what it does, starting index. Okay, and going all the way up to starting index and going all the way up to, okay, going all the way up to what, going all the way up to but not including the stop, but not including the stop. Please remember. Okay, so you don't have to grab the character which is at the index stop, right? Okay, so this is very important to remember, right? Okay, and what is the meaning of step here? In the syntax you might have seen start, then sorry, stop and then step. What is the meaning of step? So step meaning is what is the meaning of step here? आपको समझना है. The step meaning is step means how many character you want to skip, right? So how many character you want to skip? How many characters do we skip? Okay, how many characters do we skip? Okay, how many character do we skip? Okay, let's say if it is if the step is 2, right? So we will take every other character. Okay, we will take every other character. Okay, and we are going to skip one character in between, understand? ठीक है. See, if there is a, if the step is 2, right, so we will take every other character. If the step is 3, we will skip every 2 characters. Okay, remember. So there is a bunch of combination we can do with these 3 numbers. Okay, remember this. ठीक है. Okay, so कुछ important points हैं. मान लो तुम्हारे पास कुछ भी नहीं दिया है. ठीक है. Okay, so let's say they have given this kind of thing. Step is not present. Okay, if 2 numbers are given, right? If 2 numbers, you can say like this, start and stop. So what initial thought you have to always take it, like, by default what will be the step here? So you have to take step is 1 by default. If in the Python expression only 2 numbers are given inside the square bracket, right? So what you have to by default assume that there is a step which is 1. Okay, okay, please remember that. And if it is given 1 number, so you are back to indexing for characters at one location, that is slicing, or grabbing one character. मान लो केवल एक ही नंबर दिया है, तो अगर मान लो if one number is given like this, start only, right? One number. Okay, so that is nothing but grabbing one character. ये तो हम लोग जानते भी हैं, grabbing one characters using concept of इंडेक्स, ठीक है, बस ये भी इंडेक्स ही है, यहाँ पर भी इंडेक्स यूज करना है, राइट, starting index, and you can also omit numbers and leave just colon, okay, you can also omit numbers, ठीक है. So these are the things that you have to remember. We'll solve some questions, right, so that you can understand these things, okay. So you just give two numbers, colon and numbers, right? Python automatically knows that your step will be 1 by default, okay, and so you are not skipping anything in that situation, okay. If step is 1 means you are not skipping anything, okay. Step is 1 means what? Not skipping anything, not skipping any character, okay. You're not skipping any sort of character, guys, okay. So yes, okay. And if you take one number only, no colon, there is no colons and all, right? So you're back to the previous, concept that we have. We were grabbing one element, right? That is one of the very important thing, right? So uh, let us take one example, right? So that you guys will be able to understand situations, okay? ठीक है, तो आपको समझ में आएगा. तो सिंपल सिंटैक्स याद रखना है. स्टार्ट, स्टॉप, स्टेप. सब स्ट्रिंग के लिए जो सिंटैक्स है, फॉर सब स्ट्रिंग, ओके, वी कैन स्लाइस स्ट्रिंग यूजिंग, वी कैन स्लाइस स्ट्रिंग यूजिंग सिंपल इंडेक्स. कैसा? देखो, एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट तो लेना ही है. ये स्टार्टिंग इंडेक्स रहेगा, देन कोलन, stop, then step. Okay, these are three numbers. If only two numbers are there, step has to be considered as by default one. Means that you don't want to skip any characters. You just want to grab the character in continuous manner, right? But if you want, right, if you want to skip the character, so आपको step लेना पड़ेगा. Step 2, step 3, like that. Please feel it. Okay, feel it. Okay. In aptitude also I cover, concept of steps and all. Okay. Fine. I believe this is fine. So see, whatever concept I'm teaching should not be confusing, right? I think you guys are directly getting, and these concepts are hitting in your mind कि अच्छा ये था. अगर मान लो मैं डायरेक्टली टाइप करना चालू कर दूं ये सारी चीजें, इंस्टेड ऑफ टेलिंग यू द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, आपको मैं अगर टाइप करके दिखाना चालू करूं, बस यू विल मगअप. अच्छा, धीरज सर ऐसे टाइप कर रहे हैं. आई वाज डूइंग आल्सो द सेम, राइट? व्हेनेवर आई यूज्ड टू आस्क विद समवन, राइट, और यू कैन से ऑनलाइन वी वांट टू लर्न पाइथन, so they always do like this. Okay, if you want to get substring, then start, stop, in step, okay. But if someone is writing something, ठीक है, तो आपको समझना है, okay. So I believe this is fine. So we will take some couple of example here, and and we will see how do we slice to get substring, right? So we will be having one string here. Let me take the example. तो आपके पास मान लो string दिया है, that is a very long string, A B C D E F G H. So there are characters, okay, there are many characters, you can say, right? There are many characters, okay. So what we have to do here is the very first step, what we have to do. So when we slice, the first thing we want to look at is the step, okay, whether the step is positive or not. सबसे पहला जो काम आपका रहेगा, okay, the very first thing that you have to do when we want to slice the very first step is to check, okay, to observe or to check, okay, whether the step is positive or negative. Look for, you can say, to look step is positive or negative. ठीक है, आपको ये दिख जाएगा, जब when there will be a three number, right, so you can easily identify, yeah, positive step है, negative step है, right. सबसे पहला काम आपका रहेगा, you don't worry about starting or stop index, forget about that. First see the step whether it is positive or negative, right. So if it is positive, right, if it is positive, okay, so positive means you have to go from left to right, okay. In modern programming language you have to go from left to right, and if it is negative, so you have to go from right to left. That is the idea, right. So if it is positive, positive means, positive index means, go left to right, and negative index means go right to left. ये पॉइंट आप याद रखना, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. तो व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट, whenever you look at the expression, जब भी आप एक्सप्रेशन देखोगे, स्लाइसिंग एक्सप्रेशन, इन पाइथन टू गेट द सब स्ट्रिंग, राइट. सो first of all you have to notice the step, right, whether the step is negative or positive, right. If the step is negative or positive, right, so if it is positive, so you have to always move from left to right, okay, like A B C D E F G H, right, 0 1 2 3 4 5, okay, starting from 0. And if it is negative, so you have to start from right to left, okay. So that's what I have told you also while grabbing single element, understand. So this is the first thing that you have to do, okay. So you have to remember this, okay. And if it is 1, right, I mean nothing is there by default, it is 1, so you have to start from, it is positive only, you have to always start from left to right, okay. And if it is negative, we are going to work way our way right to left, okay. And we, okay, so let me take one one situation here. Suppose we have got see, S is given, that is A B C D E F G H. Suppose we want to slice, right, slice S bracket 3 and 6, 3 and 6, okay. 3 and 6, guys, you see there are two numbers only, right, and they did not mention about step. What is the by default step that you have to consider? So what is the meaning of that? It is same as, remember, it is same as asking for 3, 6 and 1, okay. So if step is 1, needless to mention 1, right. Why to write like this, okay. If we can, because Python can immediately understand, or by default it can take the step is 1 if nothing is mentioned, right. Okay, so if we are, if what if we index S from 3, okay, and colon then 6, here the step is positive, right. So we are going to work our way left to right, so we are going to start at index 3, okay. So you have to always remember where we are going to start it, okay. So what is the index 3? That is very important to remember. What is the index 3? So index, let me write index here. तो आपको यहाँ पर index लिखना पड़ेगा. So let me choose some different color, right? So that, so starting index is what? Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Right. So what is the index 3? Index 3 is D, right? So what does this evaluate to? It is going to evaluate, okay, evaluates to this is substring na, so you have to always use the this kind of a quotation, right? So starting index is D, yes, and the step is 1, so you can't skip the character, you have to start from D, like third index, and you have to go all the way up to, but not 6. Stop index is 6, right? But you don't have to go up to 6, you have to stop till D, E, F, that's it. This is the answer. And this is the substring. Okay, with this expression we can get D, E, F, and it is going to get stored in the memory. I believe this is fine. So you have to start, you have to grab the character at the start and check the step. Okay, if it is nothing is mentioned, take by default 1 and don't skip any character. Okay, you just keep grabbing till you don't have to grab the character which is present at the stop index. That is one of the very important concept, right, in Python. Okay, so Python is not going to take the character which is placed at 6. Okay, okay, I believe this is fine, right? So we are going to grab the D and we are going to grab up to, okay, get the substring from D up to, but not including the characters which is at stop index. Okay, I think this is clear. ठीक है, so आपको करना क्या है, as long as the the step is positive, so you have to move like this. आपको ऐसे move करना है and you are going to grab this guy. ये सब string है. How beautiful this is, right? Okay, this is very important concept. Okay, I think you can appreciate. Okay, so in the exam, when the program will be given and they will ask you to find the output. Okay, so you can easily understand each expression in the line of code. Okay, I think this is clear for all, right? ठीक है. What if the step is 2? Let me take. What if the step is 2? Suppose, let me choose some different color again. Yeah, suppose you want to slice, right, like this, 3, 6, and 2. What does this evaluate to? It evaluate starting from what? See, again, जैसे ही इस तरह का expression आपको दिखेगा, this kind of expression, and there are 3 numbers. One number is 2, so you have to check the step. Step is positive here, right? This is the step. Step is positive. If step is positive, you have to start from left to right only. Grab the first character, that is D. Okay, inside the quotation D. And you have to now skip what? One character. Now you can skip because the default, I mean, this step is 2, so you have to skip one character, right? Means D से आपको कहाँ जाना है? F. And then you don't have to take G here. So answer will be DF. There will be 2 characters only. Okay, I think this is clear for all. Yes. Okay, please remember these points. Substring. Okay, so पहला काम क्या रहेगा आपका? What will be the first work that you have to do? You have to remember this. By default, you have to take one if nothing is mentioned, third number is not mentioned. You don't have to skip the character. While grabbing the character for getting substring. Okay, okay, ठीक है, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. पहले आप बिफोर यू गो फॉर टाइपिंग एंड ऑल द लाइन ऑफ कोड, राइट, आपको पहले ये बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होना चाहिए. एंड दिस इज अ मैथ ओनली, राइट, दैट वी आर डूइंग, बट इट इज नॉट द declarative knowledge, it is kind of imperative knowledge. Many things are getting abstracted. Okay, things are happening, but okay, we are playing with the numbers. Okay, you see. So सबसे पहला काम आपका रहेगा, you have to make observation the step, positive step. Okay, okay, ओके, ठीक है। अब मान लो नथिंग इज मेंशन, राइट, सेम थिंग इज देयर बट नथिंग इज मेंशन, लेट्स से they are asking the slide, string of, this, only semicolon is present, nothing is mentioned, then what you will do? Nothing is mentioned, guys. If we simply put empty colon here, empty colon, this is empty colon, right, inside the square bracket, what does this mean? So what does this expression tells you what Python is going to consider? Okay, so this simply says that just make same object again. This says that empty colon, right, empty, this says that make the same column again. Okay, nothing is going to happen, so your result is gonna give ये क्या देगा आपको? Simple, you will get A B C D E F G H. Okay, and it is same as इसको आप ऐसा लें, same as, right, you can write like this, starting from 0, length S, okay, and what will be the step here? The step is gonna be 1. तो मान लो आपके उसमें इस तरह का कुछ दिया है, there are 3 numbers starting from 0 and step is 1, means you don't have to skip any character, ठीक है। And let's say there are 2 columns, like colon, colon and negative index, like this, colon, colon and negative index. What does this evaluate? अब आपको सबसे पहले क्या देखना है? You have to take a look. Okay, there are 3 numbers only: empty colon step. So here the step is negative. If the step is negative, means you want to grab the same object but reading from right to left, क्योंकि step यहाँ पर negative है। तो आपको कैसे करना है? What does this evaluate? Evaluates to what? H, मतलब आपको बैकवर्ड जाना है, राइट, HGFE DCBA, like this, because this is negative. Negative step means grab from right to left, okay. Grab from right to left. Understand? It's a very important point that people have to understand. तो empty अगर है, केवल step present है, तो मतलब आप same object, it is gonna give you the same object, right? And let's say the string is like this. I mean, you have to slice using this syntax, 4 is 3 numbers are there, 4 1, this kind of expression is there. This is the Python expression actually. ये Python expression इसको बोलते हैं, ठीक है? It is a Python expression. What does this evaluate to? So negative index, negative step, sorry, not index, negative step start from right to left. Okay, so आपको right से start करना है, 4 1 minus 2, right? 4 कहां पर है आप देख सकते हो, it is going to start from E, then then 1 is there, right? So you don't have to take 1, right? And 2 is there, so you have to skip 1 character, right? So it will be nothing but E and C, क्योंकि आप अगर देखोगे यहाँ पर A B C D E F G H, right? तो यहाँ पर माइनस है ना, ये तो आपको कैसे करना है, यू हैव टू मूव लाइक दिस, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, राइट. देन व्हाट यू कैन डू हियर इज, आपको यहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है. सो इट इज गोइंग टू गिव यू evaluate E, and then you have to skip one character because the step is 2. Minus sign indicates you have to start from right to left only, and then you have to skip this D and grab C, and then forget about this. Okay, so answer is gonna be EC. Okay, it is going to evaluate EC. Okay, so you have to always go grabbing the element backward, right, from right to left. That is what the idea of substrings. So I think this is clear for all, right? I mean, you guys can always understand this, right? So let me take one question here and try to evaluate. मान लो तुम्हारे पास सिचुएशन ऐसा है कि suppose you have got a string question. Suppose you have got a string of this kind, right? This is a variable name A, B, C, right? D, 3, F, and then G, H, I. Okay, this is the string, and you have to find S, length of S, right? Starting index is 3, then stop length, and then length of S -1. Okay. What is length of S? First of all, you have to see, and -1. So this will give you the stop index, and they haven't given any sort of, there is only one column, so they haven't given any sort of step value. So you have to by default consider 1. Okay. Okay. There is a gap. Remember, ABC, there is a gap, right? There is a gap. Another space is there. Okay, so that you have to remember always, right? ABC, there is a gap, because gap, I mean, space is also kind of character only. You see, this is a character only, kind of characters, okay, inside the string. Okay, so it will be evaluated separately. Okay. So GHI, you see, ABC space DEF, okay, and space GHI. So what do you think, guys? First one will be what? 3 colon length -1. So I can put here the index. So index कैसे put करेंगे देखो, ये बहुत intelligent question है, right? So you start with 0 1 2. Now don't put, don't leave this 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. बहुत सारे लोग तो ये गैप को, but this gap is also a character inside the string. मैंने बताया अभी तक कि आपके पास कीबोर्ड है and you can put it. So what is the length here? You see, 0 7 8 9 10. ठीक है. So how many characters are there? 11, right? So -1 you have to do. So length 11 minus, that is 10, right? So stop is 10 here. Okay, stop is 10. तो आप देख सकते हो कि length of S, that is going to evaluate to 10, 11, right? So ये क्या हो जाएगा? 3 10 minus 11 minus, that is 10. तो start आपका ये है, this is start, and this is stop, and step is by default is 1. What is the answer for this question? I mean, what does this evaluate to? What kind of substring you are going to get? Substring only you will get ना. The starting is 3. 3 मतलब gap रहेगा यहाँ पर, ठीक है? So there will be a gap, okay? There will be a gap. Next, then आप you have to, gap will be there. Then D 3 F, there is a gap. G H, that's it. You don't have to take I. This is the answer. Okay. I think this is clear for all. It's a very beautiful question. You don't have to take, you have to grab elements. Since the step is one, so you don't have to skip any element. Okay, don't skip any character, while grabbing it. And yeah, G S तक जाएगा. Okay, let me take one more. You know, this is the first question. You can say the second question. The string is same only, but what they have given the Python expression of this kind, that is 4, 0 and -1. So starting is 4, ending is 0, stop is 0, and now this guy is negative. So grab from right to left. Okay, and skipping only one character, right? I mean, you can skip one character. Okay, I mean, sorry, don't skip any character, right? Don't skip any character. ठीक है, please remember that. है ना? स्टार्टिंग 4 से होगा तो D आएगा, then गैप रहेगा, देन C एंड देन B, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? D, there is a gap, C and then B, like this. मतलब आप ऐसे करोगे, D gap C B. Okay, it's a very simple, it's a very good question, you can say. You don't have to take, the character which is at index 0. Okay. Next question क्या है? 6 and 3. ठीक है, this is the line of code you might find inside the program, and gate में question तो 100% आना है. Right now we are playing with the numbers inside the bracket. There in future you will get list, okay, dictionary. So वहां पर तो आपको फिर some key words will be there. Okay, so remember that. तो इसका तो ये बहुत simple है. Starting at 6 and then stop at 3. But now you see guys, this is very tricky. Yeah, they haven't mentioned the what they haven't mentioned here. What they have mentioned, this is a very important concept, right? ये क्वेश्चन तो बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है ये वाला. स्टार्टिंग इज stop, but they haven't mentioned step. So step must be what must be step here? Yes. Hmm. 6 colon 3, what the element at index 6? The empty colon works. Okay, I think you know that. ठीक है. So how do you going to work here, right? You will work from right to left. ठीक है, इस केस में आपको right to left जाना है. Right to left you have to move, right? Don't think like that. Okay, start from 3 and consider, like, don't swap the syntax. Whatever syntax is there, please consider that. ठीक है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको मानना है कि आपका जो step है that is negative step, but you don't have to skip any sort of character. Okay, so I think how to find substring you understood. Yes. So we'll meet in the next session, guys. I believe आपको ये समझ में आ गया होगा, whatever I have told right now, and please do practice. Okay. In the next class, we are going to talk about immutable strings. Immutable strings. Okay. उसके बाद हमें डिस्कस करना है, we have to, this is the immutable string we will talk about. Okay. And then we'll see the memory diagram as well, right? And then we have to start interacting with the program, right? Like we have to discuss output and input commands. How can you output something, you know, in the screen? So I think many of you might have done, जब हम लोग पहला प्रोग्राम पढ़ते थे अपने टाइम में, राइट, इन आवर डेज, राइट, सो पीपल यूज टू डायरेक्टली टेल हाउ टू प्रिंट हेलो वर्ड, राइट. अभी भी वही लोग कर रहे हैं, हेलो. तो ये जो प्रिंट आप करते हो, ये जो प्रिंटिंग, जो ये प्रिंट कमांड है, दैट इज नथिंग बट गेटिंग आउटपुट. ओके, रियल आउटपुट यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन. अभी तक जो भी हम आउटपुट की बात कर रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट ट्रू आउटपुट. ओके, वी आर जस्ट टाइपिंग एंड गेटिंग आउटपुट इन दी कंसोल. बट अगर आप फाइल एडिटर में लिखोगे, सो इन द स्क्रीन हाउ डज इट लुक लाइक? सो यू हैव टू give print command, print hello word, right? So it will give you hello. Okay, so print is one of the primitive command, you can say. So we'll see that, primitive function. Okay, so yeah, so we'll meet in the next session, guys. Thank you.